Is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and it is quite the late one tonight, a little after 12:15, but it is never too late to talk some birds. It was a very long day for me, and it ended with me having to go to, of course, the late night kids practice. And it just, ended up past. Now, I had all this stuff I wanted. Yeah, well, tomorrow, of course, I leave for Philly. So we got to do this, and we're going to do it right now. So I appreciate the hell out of any of you who are tuning in. We got prime time in the building. What is up? Dude, let's be real. I'm up now, and I'm ready to talk some wide receivers. So we've been going through the offense. We went through every position, and we talked about all of the people that, could fit for the Eagles, where I wouldn't be irate if they drafted someone, just taking a look at where these guys, may fall. So kind of a different way of looking at it. You have enough of your predictions and your mock drafts and all that. And, I'll give you my one then, but don't worry. We're going through this and we're talking about all the people that really matter. And I keep getting more and more excited because we've got 10 picks here, ladies and gentlemen, and there is a lot of talent. And I really think we are going to be able to fill a lot of these holes if, of course, we can pick correctly, but had a great draft last year. Let's hope he can keep it up for this year. Now, I appreciate all of you guys tuning in, hitting that like button, subscribing to the YouTube channel, whether you're watching this late tonight or you're watching this later at some point. Appreciate you commenting down below, and I'll always get back to you. But let's get into this. You know that the Eagles have those 10 picks that I just mentioned, and we can dance with them. So what we're going to do is look at all of the guys on, we've been going through day 1, day 2, day 3, but broke this one down to first round, second and third round, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh, and even undrafted guys. So we're going to look at some wide receivers because, the Eagles wide receiver room, that's what it looks like. I'll be real with you. I love me some Devonte Smith. And when I say that I mean it. So, I really do love Devonte Smith. You guys know how I felt about him before the draft last year. So excited to draft him. Chris Watkins. I think this dude is, great as a number 3. I think we need to add to this room. I wouldn't have minded a veteran presence. Maybe you can convince a Jarvis Landry, somebody. I don't know, whatever you can do. But, hey, this room needs a little sprucing up. And Jalen Reagor has not lived up. So that sucks for not only the receiving game, the return game. We really need some help. We brought in Zach Pascal. He's going to be a depth guy. And I know a lot of people feel he's going to be the starting slot guy. And sure, he'll get his snaps, but still think we need an upgrade there. You brought in Devon Allen, the, track star, the Olympian, and the hurdler, I believe. So, look, this dude, he's athletic, but he hasn't played football in like 6 years. So we'll see what he can do if he can add something to the return game for the summer, maybe get himself a roster spot into the offseason. Maybe he gets, a little bit of preseason snaps, but you never know what could happen. Regardless, the Eagles need to desperately add to this wide receiver room. So we're going to talk about it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So comment down below. What is going on, my man, Nick? Yo, dude, I'm up. So what is up with you? We're ready. I hope you're ready. We're going to talk some wide receivers here. Dude, I'm leaving for Philly tomorrow. It's going to be such a long damn weekend. Not going to be able to make any shows. We're going to get into the defense in those few days we have next week. And then it's the draft Thursday. So really excited about it, but hope you're doing well, man. Nice to see you live. Hope you, Primetime, everybody else that's tuning in, having yourself a great start to your weekend, because I'm ready to go see some family, see my brother, his family. Look, his wife, his daughter, we're all going to have ourselves. He's got a new puppy. I cannot wait. I'm just really happy because going to enjoy, celebrate the holidays, have ourselves a great time, and hope you guys are going to have yourselves a great weekend. But we got to get into this tonight. I mean, it's late, but this is when we got to do it. So let's keep doing it. Up first, we got day 1, man. Let's be real. There is some talented guys in this damn draft class. And yes, there are some guys here that will not go in the first round. And I don't think some of these guys are first round potential, but this is very, very intriguing class and some very intriguing wide receivers here. So we're going to talk about these guys, and we're going to break down, what, possibly could happen here for the Eagles. And we're going to take a look at, obviously we've got those 2 first round picks, 15 and 18. Could we take a wide receiver? Possibly. Could we do it in later rounds? That's possible too. So let's talk about the first round first and foremost. So, oh my, I can, you can listen to whoever you want. They can say whatever they want about this draft class. But for me, I really get excited, and trying to pick, who the best guy is. It's really pick your poison. What are you looking for on your team? And I'm looking for a lot of these guys. So, yes, let's get into this. Doing well. That's good to hear, my man. Oh, it's going to be a great time. I'm very excited. My brother wanted me to go with him to the draft, and I'm going this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to go back and do that. It's just on a weekday. It's just not going to work out. Unfortunate. But look, this draft's going to be awesome. So, yes, let's get excited. But look, we're not going in any particular order. This is not my 1 to 10, anything like that. But let's just talk about some guys that are pretty awesome. Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I really, my God, could you imagine this kid on this roster? I mean, he is somebody that's interchangeable. We talk about that all the time. He can hold it down and slide. He can hold it down outside. So we need someone like that. And if Rager's not going to step it up, adding a first round talent like this kid, and obviously only played a few years, only 29 games under his belt, but 2,064 yards, 15.4 yards per reception. I mean, the kid, he's had some pretty big runs too, a 62-yarder for a touchdown, and he's returned the ball in the punt. He's a punt returner. So we talked about needing help in the, return specialist is something very dire. We need that desperately. So please, this kid, I mean, he's got it all, though. I mean, the body control, he high points the ball, very athletic. And look, he actually is really great after the catch, too. So a guy 6 foot, you're thinking, oh, well, he's not one of those 6'4" guys. I don't care. This is one of those guys that's all around just put together. He's got everything you would want from a wide receiver, great hands. I think one of the knocks is he doesn't have too much of a route tree. Look, that's something you work on with a dude of his talent. And I think I would be perfectly fine if the Eagles were to add him. And once again, I think there's going to be a lot of defensive players that I think, in my opinion, are the best player available. So I don't know if the Eagles go that route of 15, but maybe 18. They get somebody on defense at 15 and they feel excited. But now they want to go, okay, we need someone to pair with Devonte Smith. Maybe that's how they feel. I'm not sure if that's how they feel, but that's what we're going to look at here. But this young man with 4.38 speed, sign me up all damn day. Now this next dude, holy shenanigans. Jamison Williams. Oh, my God. This dude, he's another one. He's got it all. He's fast as hell. He's got the great footwork. He's got route running, yak. Whatever you want him to do, he can return the ball. Now, he's a kick returner, whereas, the last guy was a punt returner. But this dude, oh, my God, 20.7 yards per reception. If you watch tape on Jamison Williams, you know why I'm excited about him. I would happily take Jamison Williams. I think at 6'2", 190, you keep working on this kid. He's going to be something special. Only problem you have here is he's coming off that ACL injury. So he's only played in 19 games, as you see there. So it's like, oh, geez, that's not real great. Don't want to go with an injury-prone guy. So not sure that's the route they go. But once again, just trying to keep the excitement for you guys. In my opinion, I would not do this. But if the Eagles select this kid, I think he's so talented, you would just have to be excited because obviously going to Alabama, joining back with Devon, we all know that would be great. But once again, I think that we go defense heavy and maybe offensive line. But hey, you never know what the Eagles are thinking. I'm not against adding one of these pass catchers, but let's keep talking about some of these guys. I think Jamison Williams, though, man, if it weren't for that damn injury, I would be like, you know what? You have to. He's just really talented. So, I mean, with anybody, you got to just hope that they can, stay healthy. You can't just, not take a guy. Look at Embiid, and then you look at certain guys that don't pan. Whatever. We're not going to knock anybody. But now let's move on to another Ohio State wide receiver who this guy's pretty damn good, but he seems more of like a slot receiver. And I think that's a great thing to have. But he's going to hold it down as one of those guys that really just gets it done. Another dude that he can be a deep threat in the middle there. Outside, you can move him. He's interchangeable. I mean, he's got the speed, the footwork, the route running, awareness, all of it, man. This kid is amazing. But you talk about his size. I think, look, regardless, he's a small, skinny dude. We know Devonte Smith. People can kiss my ass. I think this dude, yep, Yep. Now he's more of a home run hitter for the most part. I think they want more in the short game. We'll see. I think with the right coaching, this kid's going to be awesome. I think so. For me, look, I think Quez Watkins and Devonte Smith outside is great. Obviously, they're interchangeable. You can move guys around, but if you have someone like Olave in the slot, I would not be mad if they drafted him. I mean, again, I probably will be because there's a lot of defensive players that I want, but trying to keep the positive vibe here. And I really do like these wide receivers. It's, really fun to break down every year. I enjoy the wide receiver class the most. And here we go. Again, another great class. Wide receiver position the most. And look, I really think that adding a guy is not out of the realm of possibility. So we'll see what the Eagles do. Now up next, Traelin Burks. Holy shit. This is another dude. But this guy, I mean, he's just huge, and he's a home run hitter, and a home run waiting to happen at all times. And the size of this guy, 6'3", 225 pounds. I mean, holy shit. And look, they talk about him like, oh, he played mostly in the slot and there's route tree. Look, I don't give a shit. This dude is awesome. He goes up and gets it. You've probably heard some comparisons out there, DK, Debo, all that great stuff. Look, he's his own guy, and I think he's really fun to watch if you go out and watch his tape. I would not be mad at it at the end of the day. I'd be like, you know what? We missed out on some of these studs, and he's one of those guys where I feel, man, he really could be somebody special. So he can do it all from, you see there, running the ball from the jet sweeps, the end arounds. I mean, he's a great receiver, 16.4 yards per reception. And then you see he helps in the return game, punt return, kick return. Holy shit, dude. Yes, that would be awesome. This kid. And for his size, it's so crazy to watch how he runs. You wouldn't think he'd be able to move his feet, be as quick and versatile as he is at his size. And man, he is a really fun receiver to watch. So this is really, man, this was an intriguing, group of guys to look at here, because who knows where they're going to go. And once again, I only think maybe 3, possibly 4 of these guys go in the first round. We're just talking about potential, and you never know what some of these teams are thinking. So, hey, never know. Drake London, here's another fun dude to watch. This guy, now, you want to talk about a contested catch guy. This guy goes up and gets it. Like, this is the red zone threat J-Jaw was supposed to be, and obviously we know it's haunted us forever since DK. Yes, we do, but this is a tough-ass dude. He's got the size. He can do it all, man, and he's just got that combination of, speed, quickness, size at 6'5", 210, and look, he could add muscle short. He's a young man, though, and holy shit, he actually blocks, too. Interchangeable. Inside, outside play. Oh, yeah. And look, some people are going to knock him for the 4.55 40. And look, 20 games. Once again, we're dealing with a dude that had an injury. I believe it was an ankle injury. Yeah. I think he fractured it. But look, this guy, he has to work on his route tree. He's got some things to do here. He's played predominantly the X, but I'm telling you, I think this dude, you can move him around. I think he is really, really awesome to watch. And again, only 20 games to play here, but I'm not so sure I'm going to take him in the first round. My thought process here is these dudes are going to fall. So we're talking about, how much talent those first 4 guys we mentioned were. Those are the ones I could really see. Now, Drake London, man, I think he could definitely go in the first, but whoever out of these, guys doesn't is going to fall. So man, oh man, oh man. Now the Eagles, once again, we have some picks here. So when you're looking at the Eagles picks, if you don't think of 15 and 18, you've got 51 there. And 51, now, that's, a steep drop from 18 you're at there, but the Eagles are going to be lurking no matter what's going on there. So keep that in mind, that we will, of course, have the possibility and the likelihood that we trade up, trade back, do things. So maybe in the first round we trade back and we have different picks. So you never know where these guys are going to be. So that's why we're talking about him. But Drake London, oh my God, that kid, he's really effing good. Let's be real here. Hope how he pulls it off last time with Smith. We know how he times pulling out duds, but he had a great draft last year. You talk about Devonte Smith and Landon Dickerson, then Monty Williams and Zach McPherson, Kenny Gainwell. I liked Patrick Johnson. I liked Ron Jackson. I thought those picks were all pretty good picks. So hey, just another year. He needs to pull it off. I think he learned from his mistakes. He talked about that the year before. We all know he's had those mistakes, but we can't live in the past. We don't talk about the Super Bowl, so we're not going to, I just can't. I got to hope that he's learned and we're going to move forward. Cool that Devontae's coming to my area. Dude, I wanted to get tickets to that so bad, and that day is just, have a great time though, Nick, man. That's awesome that that's right in your area. So I'm sure you're going to have yourself a blast. Saw that he was having some awesome players coming. So definitely have yourself a great time. Now, talk about these last few guys that were on that list. George Pickens. Oh, man, this is another guy where I know you don't want to hear it. Oh, he's an injured guy, ACL. He only played 20 games. I don't give a damn. Another guy that, for his size at 6'3", look, he's only 200 pounds. Yeah, you would like him to put on some weight, but he's a tough dude. He's quick out of his breaks. I think that he's got perfect hands. He's got great yard after catch ability. I think he'd be perfect. Obviously, that ACL messed him up a little bit. He had like a 4.47 40. Look, obviously, when he gets healthier, he will be faster. I think this dude, if you're watching him on the field, he's just bonding people and he's doing things that I really would enjoy the Eagles doing. And I think he's going to fall because of the fact that he was injured. So at 51, maybe not possible because I think a lot of other teams are seeing what I see. So it's not just, who cares what, NFL Network says. But my point is, I think that the Eagles can take that 51, take some picks from next year, do whatever they want. We got 10 this year, move some things around. Maybe you want to move up. You see a guy like Pickens, maybe you got 2 defensive players in that first round. Hey, I'm all aboard with that. Now you want to make a move in the second. Maybe you move up. We'll see what the Eagles want to do. But, hey, you never know. Maybe a guy like Jahan Dotson falls around that area. I don't know. I think some teams could have seen what I've seen. 5'11", 185. That's the knock, right? His size, he's a real thin kid, and he's not great after the catch. 4.43, and that's not great for his size too, I guess. I don't give a damn what they say. I think he is fast as hell on the football field. I don't care what the clock says. He's got great instincts. I think he's got great hands. Obviously, I watched him a lot at Penn State. Goes up and gets it, man. He really can high point that ball. I think he's another dude that you could play inside, outside. They have been saying he's going to be a slot dude. And yeah, I could see that, but I think you can move him around. Can help you in the return game. I really think that, if he falls in the second round to 51, I think that I would be more than happy with that pick. Now, up next, you've got Christian Watson and North Dakota State. This is a dude that he could go in the first round. I think this kid is super talented. Unfortunately, went to North Dakota State. But look, man, 6'5", running a 4.34. Man, that's pretty damn fast. And 21 yards per catch. 7.9 yards per rush. This dude's, 24.5 yards per return. So wherever he's getting the ball, he's making a play. And he looks like a damn gazelle out there. He is really, really fun to watch. His length, it makes it crazy to see how athletic he really is. His leaping ability. He is a deep threat, but you work on this kid, do some things with him. He's obviously very raw there at North Dakota State. Only played 35 games, but he didn't really get used that much. Look, I think this dude, you work on his route tree with him, getting his coverage out, or getting him out of the break, dude, getting things worked out, just working at where he needs to sit in his zone. I think this dude, man, look, it's not like any of these scouts are watching. I just really hope that this dude falls and nobody knows, but they do. They know. We'll see if anybody wants to take a stab at him, but hey, this kid could be a bust. You never know. I'm just saying. I think he was really, really exciting to watch. Get some pictures, definitely. Love to see him. I really hope you have a great time, man. Now on to the next round. We're going to hit this last part up here real quick before I get rolling out. But rounds 2 and 3, you've got a lot of talent. And I think, with having 2 third-round picks, you could definitely make some things happen with a wide receiver there too. You don't need to get, if you miss out on one of the guys you really love, you can always look in here. And man, from Alec Pierce to Matchie to Moore to Austin, Tolbert, even Wandale Robinson, man, Kevin Austin, Dowds, Ross, Bell, those guys were really intriguing to me. And I think I would be all for adding any of those guys. So, but man, a guy that I almost put with the first rounders, Skye Moore, man, 5'10", 185, so smaller. People, I don't really care. I think, sure, he looks like a slot guy. That's fine. Another thing with him, ankle injury. So you don't like that. But a lot of these guys, hey, you never know. We'll hope he works it out because the kid's got a great release, great footwork. You hope that doesn't get messed with. Great route runner, great after the catch. And you could probably, this kid, I like him inside and outside. He's got great hands. I think, look, he obviously missed, and you hope that Reagor could turn things around, but who knows? But you got Quez Watkins. I just don't know if that's a route the Eagles would go. But, man, is he fun to watch. So go check him out if you can. Another dude I think you could get with one of those third-round picks that I would not be against, and I know this is probably like a what the Jalen Dolbert, who that? Now, there are some guys in this draft that I think not, exactly wide receiver 2 potential, but maybe wide receiver 3 potential. This dude's just smooth to watch. I think that's the one thing you hear a lot about him. And look at that. He had 40 games, sure, but 3,000 yards, 17.6 yards per catch. And I just really think that this is a receiver you could add near the middle there. And for me, I wouldn't take him in the third, I'll be honest. I think, but he will probably go there. But maybe in the fourth, if he would fall, because, again, there's a lot of receivers I like here. But he's really fun to watch. His route running, I think he would add a nice complement to Devonte Smith's route running. But this kid has a background in basketball, track. He can go up and get it. I think that, he's actually pretty surprising to watch. 6'3", 190. He could definitely put on some weight there, but very intriguing prospect. And I think, he obviously – his deep ball was something I did not like the most. We talked about 17.6 yards per catch. Yes. But I mean, at the point of attack is where I didn't like it. So if you're going to be a deep receiver, you want to definitely be good at that. So something I think he could work on, but an exciting wide receiver nonetheless. So, hey, if the Eagles want to go wide receiver, which I think we could use some help there, especially, and it was so funny. Someone, I was going to make a joke, but somebody said, like, oh, we got, J-Jaw moving to tight end. We definitely need a receiver now. I'm like, dude, I'll be real with you. We needed a wide receiver way before we moved him to tight end. That doesn't mean anything. What that means is he's got one last chance to prove it at tight end because he already is being told you didn't make it as a wide receiver. So what's that tell you? But people are like, oh, he's a great blocker. No, what you have to remember is he's a good blocking wide receiver, which means he's going to be an okay blocking tight end, which means he's going to be that F-type tight end, right? The guy that is not on the line of scrimmage, the guy that's not blocking those edge defenders, the guy that is taking on the weak side linebackers and safeties. So, yeah, a different role than I think a lot of people are thinking, but I don't even think he's going to make that. So, yeah, that's fine. I like the other guys we have over him. So, we'll see regardless, but we need help with wide receiver. So, now on to round 4, round 5, and I think the Eagles, once again, should go best player available. So it really depends. That's why we're looking at it the way we are and just talking about guys where they're going to be, because we'll see what we get in the first few rounds, right? And if we don't get a receiver, then you're going to want one in these later rounds. But on day 3, man, we've got 124, and then you've got 3 fifth-round picks, and then a 7th-round pick. So you've got some options here, ladies and gentlemen. But let's see where they roll. And in that 4th round, maybe the 5th round, if he falls to the 5th round, and I think he probably will be in the 5th round. But this dude, I don't know, man. Maybe some people are seeing what I'm seeing and take a shot at him. But this kid is actually pretty effing fun to watch. And, man, Eric Ezekama. And I think that, once again, this is a dude that, I'm not saying he's one of the best receivers out there. I'm saying you could look for him in the later rounds, but he's a big target, a red zone target. We're talking about needing someone because J-Jaw never panned out to be that guy. Yes, we have Devonte Smith, but you need more than that. So I like this kid. He's a big body, and I think he needs a lot of work. His route running is not the greatest, that's for sure, but a big dude, a tough dude. I think, he's raw, but given some time, man, he could really be something. I'm not trying to go to bat for this kid and say he's going to be, a Pro Bowler or something. Just saying, I think he could definitely have a successful career in the NFL. Just a big dude, kind of reminds me of like a David Boston-ish. I don't know. He's just kind of tough dude that I would welcome to Philly for sure. Yes, please. Yes, and thank you. You have a good weekend too, my man, Nick. Enjoy that softball game. You stay safe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, and we also have Nina in the building. It is a late one for sure, but we're always talking some birds, and I had a long day. It was crazy, and just unfortunately, this is how it came to be. But tomorrow I go to Philly, so I had to make this show. When I come back next week, we'll be talking about the defense, but hope you are doing well. But we're almost through this wide receiver talk. I'm so ready for this damn draft. Nina has no idea how he's going to do. I'm excited as well, Nina. We just talked about the fact that last year, what a great draft, right? You're like, okay, Devonte Smith, that was a great pick. Landon Dickerson, great pick. Milton Williams, great pick. Zach McPherson, he needs to develop, but we knew that, so we'll see what he becomes. I love the Kenny Gainwell pick. I like Patrick Johnson. I like Teron Jackson. We'll see what becomes of Jacoby Stevens, but you've got a lot of talent there, and he talked about before that draft that he had learned from his mistakes. So let's hope that he learns from his mistakes, and we'll go from there. Please, Howie, have a good draft. I'm excited as well, though. I thank you for tuning in on this late night. But to finish it up, we're going to take a quick look. And look, there's a few of these pages of this one here. There are some guys you need to keep your eyes on. Danny Gray, I think, another guy that we talked about. Don't really need that mold of a receiver right now, but not against it. Josh Johnson is somebody I was very intrigued by. Tough dude, another big body dude. I think that's very raw, so will drop, and you could find in those later rounds. Maybe, I don't know if he goes undrafted. I think you might have to go 6, 7 with Josh Johnson, but same with Danny Gray. I think Danny Gray could even go in the 5th. He's a talented kid. We'll see how that plays out. But now you've got some guys, day 6, day 7. Oh, man. There were some guys I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to make this a 9-year video. So trying to keep it half hour. We're keeping it close there. But Derek Young, really like him. We're going to talk about him extensively here in a second. But then you've got guys like Bo Melton, really like him. I like Trevin Bradford. I think there's so much talent at the back end of this draft that you could add that could really push some of the guys we have and just make this wide receiver room better. But you've got to focus, in my mind, a little higher if you don't get a veteran presence, but you still could add someone in those mid rounds, early rounds, whatever, and get another guy in the back end here. So let's talk about we're going to only talk about 2, and then we're going to get rolling here, but Derek Young, he goes to Lenoir Rhine. So you're probably never going to hear of him, but this dude is just a freak athlete. Wow, just go look him up right now. Watch his tape. This dude is fun to watch. And he's just one of those, he's not DK Metcalf, okay? But he's a mold where I think if you work on this kid, once again, he's just got those traits, and he's 6'2", 225. Bulldoze people, just a freak athlete. You can give him the end arounds. They give him the ball all over the field. You see there, 88 rushes there in his career and 7.5 yards per rush, 15.3 yards per game. So you see he's getting it a lot in the game, 16.1 yards per reception. So he's getting the ball all over the field. So he actually has more rushes than receptions, but he has kick returns as well. So this dude, just a weapon, but he's 6'2", 225. Maybe you want to consider him kind of like a Laviska Shenault, but I think he's going to be better than him. Unfortunately for Laviska Shenault, I think he's in a shitty situation, but dude's talented. But I think this kid really talented, and would love to see the Eagles get him at the back end there. And then last but not least, I like talking about these project guys because, well, the Eagles love bringing them on. But Taishan James is somebody that I think the Eagles could be interested in. Quarterback turned wide receiver, 6'3", 210, and the same kind of deal we're talking about with the last guy. He's just a freak athlete that can do it all, and go watch the tape on him. 114 receptions, 61 rushes. He's got 4 yards per rush, but 16.3 yards per reception. 19 and a half yards per kick return. The dude, he, with the ball in his hands, can do some things, but went to Central Connecticut. So you got to gauge the talent he's going against, look at things like that. But hey, maybe he keeps growing, gets some weight added to him at 6'3". This kid's fun to watch. Go check him out. If the Eagles add him as a 7th rounder or an undrafted free agent, I'm not mad about it at all. But that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Your NFL draft positional outlook for the wide receivers. And there are a plenty of gentlemen that I think the Eagles should add to their roster. But let me know how you feel about these wide receivers. Who would you love to see on the Philadelphia Eagles, and where would you like to see the Eagles grab them? Would you like to see the Eagles trade? Because I think they're going to be doing a lot of wheeling and dealing. Howie's crazy. We've got Andre Dillard. Gardner Minshew could definitely be some trade bait. We'll see what happens, but Thursday, dude, it's coming, man. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This weekend's going to go quick, and then I'm going to have to jam the defense in. And then it's mock draft and draft day, and yes, 2 first-round picks. I can't wait. I'm very excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend. As I said, I will be away this weekend, so I will not be live, but I will be back on Monday. We'll be talking defense. But if you need anything, you can always reach out to me, whether it's to talk about some birds, you have any questions, you just want to shoot the shit, or you need something else. You want to talk about life, please feel free to reach out. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, turning that notification bell on. Truly appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. But have a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!